What is going on, guys? JD from New York here. Thank you so much for stopping by the channel this morning. October 9th, 2017, last night, Monday Night Raw. This is your official review for last night's show, in which we seen more desperation on behalf of the WWE, more desperation in the form of the Shield. And I'm going to reiterate this again, once again this week, for those people that did not watch my video last week. That perfectly went over exactly why everything is happening. And it's even more apparent now, because as of last night, WWE did not take the proper steps to really give you a proper Shield reunion. Everybody's going crazy. Everybody's so hyped. Everybody's so excited. The simple fact that the video that they posted from the show last night on their YouTube page, with the Shield reuniting with the thumbnail of all three of them doing the fist bump, over 2 million views already. So obviously the Shield reunion is working. But what is it really doing? How is it really coming off? Why hasn't WWE made this feel more important instead of selling a brand new t-shirt that they already had lined up? Soon as that fist bump happened, they had new t-shirts within seconds of that reunion on Monday Night Raw. And then other things that I seen that just don't sit right with me. Other things that just are blatant, just staring right back at you on the television screen. Yet people who hate Roman Reigns, these are the people that hate Roman Reigns. Now they're all for it. Now they're cheering Roman Reigns. You do realize that you are being manipulated. You are being played as a fool. And I'm going to go over this once again, because this is going to be, and I know this is, just by the way, I'm going to tag it and title it, I know this is going to be a highly searched video on Tuesday afternoon. So if you guys don't know who I am, you better subscribe, because it's going to get a lot more volatile on the channel as the months go on, because I am going to sit here in this chair, in front of this microphone, in front of this camera, and I'm going to spit it to you the way that you need. Put your fandom to the side. I'm not saying that you can't like the Shield reunion. I'm going to open your eyes as to why it's really happening. And then in the end, you're going to be disappointed. Then you're going to refer back to what I've been saying for months now, for years now, actually. And then when WrestleMania comes around, you're all going to be in the same boat that I'm in. But the thing is, I never left the boat. You guys left the boat. You guys jumped out into the water to swim over to some random island that has all this good-looking shit on it. You got beautiful pineapples hanging from the tree. You got mangoes. You got beautiful women just waiting with cold beverages, right? For what? A temporary fix. A temporary good feeling. Meanwhile, I'm on the boat riding wavy seas, just waiting for all this shit to end. You know? So go ahead and have your temporary fix. Meanwhile, I'm going to sit here and continue to just sit here through all the desperation and all the pathetic bullshit that WWE throws at us, because I know that at the end of that tumultuous fucking storm out on the sea, I'm going to end up being right anyway, so I don't need your temporary fix. You understand? Monday Night Raw. Thank you guys so much for everything, man. Last night, or Sunday night rather, we had a Hell in a Cell review that did over 62,000 views in less than 48 hours, man. Thank you guys so very much. If you guys missed my Hell in a Cell review, go and check it now. It's live on the channel. Sami Zayn finally making waves in the WWE. I'm hearing that Kevin Owens actually helped Sami Zayn win a match at the house show on Monday night for SmackDown Live. So it's going to be very interesting tonight as to why Sami Zayn ultimately turned heel on the WWE Universe, stabbed Shane McMahon in the back, and joined Kevin Owens, who's been shitting all over Sami Zayn ever since they started in WWE together. But I do have a good reason why Sami Zayn turned. And it all has to do with what Kevin Owens said to him 2 weeks ago. just running down his accolades. And we'll talk about that tonight on SmackDown Live Review. Running down his accolades. Sami Zayn took a two-week break to just kind of let that sink in. And he realized, as he's seen his best friend, even though he hates his fucking guts, he's seen his best friend just fall off Hell in a Cell. And he realized, listen, Kevin Owens is right. You know? I need to change things. I've been held down. I need to join the dark side. So we'll talk about that on SmackDown Live tonight. But if you missed Hell in a Cell review, it is live on the channel right now. Thank you guys so very much for coming out and supporting that video, man. You guys are absolutely beasts when it comes to Off the Script and my pay-per-view reviews. Off the Script is live as well. We talk about Sister Abigail. We talk about why there's no need for a women's tag team championship, why there's no need for a women's Royal Rumble in January. I went off on Sunday's episode of Off the Script. Make sure you guys go and check that out live on the channel right now as well. Big week coming. We got Raw review happening right now. We got SmackDown Live tonight. We got The Walking Dead live this week on the channel. Telltale Games, The Walking Dead, NXT live stream, NXT review. And then obviously right back at it this weekend with Off the Script episode 192. Follow me on Twitter at JDFROMNY206. Hit that subscribe button down below and hit that bell. Turn that bell on for all notifications. If you guys want to support the channel, this video is being sponsored by the fine people over at Audible. If you are a new listener and you want something for free just for listening to my thoughts on Monday Night Raw review, all you have to do is go to audibletrial.com/offthescript and you guys are going to get 30 days. That's 1 month free of Audible's service. And they're going to give you one free audiobook of your choice. And Jim Ross's new book, Slobber Knocker, is out and it is available on Audible, and you guys can get that for free. Over 11 hours of audio, and it's spoken by Jim Ross himself. So make sure you guys go and do that. And I'm sure Jim Ross, who's worked side by side with Vince McMahon, has many a story to tell. So if you guys want that, if you guys want something for free, 11 hours of audio for free from Jim Ross and his new book, man, you guys can get it for free using my link, audibletrial.com/offthescript. Link is down in the description if you guys want more information. Monday Night Raw, man. We opened the show last night with The Miz in the ring with Curtis Axel. Bo Dallas absent. I'm not sure what happened. They said he was sick. I don't know what the reason was. I'm assuming he was selling the injuries by Roman Reigns last week on Monday Night Raw. But The Miz is in the ring, Indianapolis, Indiana, at the Bankers Life Fieldhouse. And we have the second edition of what The Miz calls the Mizzies, as he hands out awards to specific people who thinks, or who he thinks deserves them. Curtis Axel got an award. Sheamus and Cesaro got an award. He got an award. So the Mizzies are back, right? All of this was done to pretty much set up Roman Reigns coming out and saying, listen, you know, there are no rumors. There are no rumors about the Shield coming back, you know? So that led to Ambrose and Rollins coming out. I'm going to play the audio for you like I always do each and every single week. We're going to play the audio from the Mizzies. We're going to see how the Miz got Roman Reigns to come out with Sheamus and Cesaro and Curtis Axel pretty much egging Roman Reigns to come out. You know, just trying to lure him into the trap. But Roman Reigns says, listen, bro, there's no rumors here. You know, who said anything about rumors? With Ambrose and Rollins following suit, they laid waste to the entire Miztourage out on Monday Night Raw for this segment of the Mizzies. We're going to play that right now. The Shield reuniting officially on Monday Night Raw in Indianapolis, the same city in which they debuted, the same city in which they were broken apart, and now the same city in which they reformed 5 years later, or 3 years later. Was it 3 years later, 4 years later? Whatever the case may be. They reunited again in Indianapolis, Indiana.
That's nice.
And I want to dedicate this Mizzy to my unborn child and to every future child out there that needs a new role model.
I still hear a lot of boos, man, so everybody in that crowd, nothing but a puppet. Roman Reigns mentioned. Boo.
I'm not here to play any games. I'm gonna give y'all one chance to get up out my ring. Whoa, 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 whoa. You're gonna stand up there by yourself talking like a tough guy? I thought the whole mantra of Roman Reigns is talk is cheap. Roman Reigns is all about action. But you know damn well that you are going to do nothing because there is 4 of us and only 1 of you. So Roman,
yeah,
why don't
sure.
you go back in the locker room and get Dean and Seth? Because by the looks of it, the rumors of the Shield reuniting are exactly what you are. Nothing but hype. Who said anything about rumors?
I will say this. Roman Reigns had very little to say on this night, and he actually came off and sounded better than he did in 4 weeks of build for his John Cena match. This just goes to show you, and I'm just making a simple observation here. It has absolutely nothing to do with the storyline. I'm just making a simple observation. It goes to show you that what WWE tried to do with the John Cena feud going into No Mercy, that it was just overly forced. They tried to do something and make him sound tough when he really isn't. That's when Roman Reigns is at his best, when he says nothing. He says nothing. Who said anything about rumors? He's got this disgruntled look on his face and he drops the microphone like a badass. That's what he used to do in the Shield. But why are they playing him up and trying to portray him as this ultimate tough guy? The biggest badass in the WWE when he's not. They tried way too hard with John Cena. Now the Miz has this face. The Miz is like all wide-eyed.
And the architect, Seth Rollins.
This is surreal. This can't be happening.
If he's getting a treat tonight. Miz, Sheamus, Cesaro, Axel. They don't know what to expect. And I have a feeling the boys want to fight.
Can't get along, let's get it on.
Ambrose, Rollins, Reigns storming down to the ring.
So now they're all circling the ring.
Still outnumbered.
Rollins, Ambrose, and Reigns circling the ring. You got Sheamus, Cesaro, Axel, and The Miz in the middle of the ring. Bunched up together.
Stalking. Here comes Rollins, Ambrose, and Roman Reigns.
Fight happens, Miz escapes.
Now battle's underway. Just like days of old. Rollins taking into Sheamus, Ambrose to Cesaro. Reigns is raising hell outside the ring.
This is like Back to the Future. Don't look like the Shield is lost.
Superman punch! Superman punch! The knee to Sheamus. Rollins, Ambrose, and Reigns cleaning house.
So then they focus their attention on The Miz, who watched everybody get beat down. Miz is begging and pleading for them not to hurt him. He tries to run away. He doesn't get away.
Miz has nowhere to go. Miz is cornered.
Walks right into a Dirty Deeds.
Dirty Deeds.
The Intercontinental Champion, Cesaro, Sheamus, and Axel have been laid out. What a moment.
So now they're all just standing in the middle of the ring,
I don't think they're done yet.
feeding off of this
No, we're gonna see
pretty decent reaction.
Are we going to see it? A little payback. That's what it's all about.
The triple power bomb on The Miz.
What an exclamation point. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1,
You hear that? You hear that? They're standing in the middle of the ring now, and they do the fist bump. I'll cut it here because I don't want to get a content ID strike with the theme music going off here. But they stand in the middle of the ring. They all do the fist pump, right? And you got Roman Reigns' theme music going off. Oh, but JD, Roman Reigns' music is the Shield's music. No, it's not. No, it's not. Why are you playing Roman Reigns' theme music? That's his solo theme music. That's Roman Reigns' specific theme music. If this was a genuine Shield reunion, attention to detail would have been something on this show. Last night it wasn't. And that's not the first time that they played, or the only time I should say, that they played Roman Reigns' theme music on this show with the Shield and all of them together. Later on in the show, they came out and powerbombed Braun Strowman through the announce table on the stage of Monday Night Raw, in which it was called the Shield Bomb. A Shield Bomb? Well, now you're instituting new verbiage, new politically charged verbiage into this Shield reunion, making it feel even more watered down and fucking forced, right? And then after the powerbomb on Braun Strowman through a fucking announce table, they all stood and did the fist bump on stage, and Roman Reigns' theme music played again, as they all wore their brand new t-shirts. The Shield t-shirts. If this doesn't open your eyes, I don't know what will. I don't know what will. Do I really need to go over this again? For everybody who didn't listen to my video. In fact, I'm going to link it in the video, in the annotation, because I want you to watch it the day that I recorded it. The first time I ever went over it. Open your fucking eyes. WWE has gotten the Shield back together for one reason and one reason only, and that is to only get Roman Reigns over. This has nothing to do with Seth Rollins. This has nothing to do with Dean Ambrose. This is a last-minute, last-ditch effort to sell a goddamn TLC gimmick pay-per-view and a gimmick match to main event that show. They're doing it to get Roman Reigns over because they have no other way to get him liked before they really go full steam ahead with what they want to do for his Universal Championship title run. This is pathetic. This is reeking of desperation. Reeking of desperation. You know, you could be hyped about it. Fine. You could be hyped about the Shield. You could be excited about the Shield. You may not give a fuck about anything that I'm saying. You just want to enjoy the product. Fine. Fine. But the way I watched Monday Night Raw last night, not 1 ounce of excitement at all from me. Not 1 ounce of excitement. Now, you compare the pop that they got last night to somebody like a Rock or a Stone Cold or a Daniel Bryan, and it's not even, it would never even measure up. This is a lukewarm reaction at best. This is a Band-Aid. This is a temporary fix. This is a temporary fix to something that is irreparably broken. 4 years we've waited. 4 fucking years we've waited for the Shield reunion. 4 years we waited for it to be special. And this is the best that WWE's got. And then you people, you suckers out there, you sit back, you bend over, and you take it up the ass just like how WWE wants you to. You do realize that War Games is happening in NXT, right? Why couldn't War Games be reserved for the Shield? Why couldn't War Games be reserved for the Shield as there was a hostile takeover in WWE? You do realize that I booked 2 perfectly beautiful Shield reunions. One with the club when they should have debuted, right? With Styles, Gallows, and Anderson. Now look at all 3 of them. Styles just lost the United States Championship. He should be the WWE Champion on SmackDown Live. He is the face of that brand, and he's been held down for the majority of 2017. You got Gallows and Anderson, who are completely garbage. You got Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson on this show. You got Carl Anderson losing to Jason Jordan on this show. How much value do they have as a tag team? The way that I booked them, they came in and we had a hostile takeover. Styles should have never debuted in the Royal Rumble. Styles should have debuted the Monday Night Raw after WrestleMania, when Reigns won the title. Styles should have proclaimed Raw is now the club's. And if you wanted, you could have enlisted Finn Balor in the club as well. You really want to make it an NWO style takeover? Beautiful. Beautiful. I would have had AJ Styles and the club debut on that show in full masks. Full Bullet Club-esque masks. As just assassins infiltrating Monday Night Raw, leaving Roman Reigns laid to waste. And I would have them pillage and burn Monday Night Raw in the weeks to follow. That Roman Reigns needs to enlist Rollins and Ambrose as his partners to take down these guys, which will eventually lead to Styles and Rollins matches, and Ambrose versus Rollins matches, Rollins and Ambrose versus the club, and Reigns versus Styles, and a mixture of all fucking 8 of them, 7 of them. You know, whatever. Balor versus Rollins, Balor versus Ambrose, Balor versus Reigns. You could have had storylines for months, matches for months, stipulations for months, leading to a War Games match at Survivor Series, which would have made the Shield reunion all that much better. Why didn't WWE do it then when they had a perfect opportunity to do it then? Why are they wasting Finn Balor on Monday Night Raw? Why are they wasting the club on Monday Night Raw? You mean to tell me you got people in the WWE who are labeled as creative writers and you can't come up with storylines better than what you got here? You got Hollywood-esque writers who know jack shit about the WWE. You mean to tell me they don't go back and research who these guys are and what their history was? You mean to tell me you're paying these Hollywood writers and you can't come up with something more important for these guys than the Mizzies? This is what brought the Shield back together. The fucking Mizzies. Couldn't turn Balor heel, right? Couldn't turn Balor heel and align him with the club. Couldn't build up the club for a span of a few months and get them some credibility. And then turn Balor heel. Why couldn't that be done? Who would rather see the Shield versus a Balor club? I would. Over the fucking Miz Taraj? Over Sheamus and Cesaro? Guys that Reigns, Rollins, and Ambrose have beaten before. How is that a credible threat? It's not. WWE wants to sell t-shirts and they want to sell B-level pay-per-view. That's all they want to do. And then on top of that, they don't have no Shield entrance. They don't have any original Shield gear. They gotta fucking promote their new t-shirt. And when everything is just laid to waste on Monday Night Raw in what you call a Shield beatdown, that's a Shield beatdown in 2017. That's what you call a Shield beatdown in 2017. If this was the old Shield, power bombs through the announce tables, this and that. They did do it to Strowman, but even then it felt forced. I don't understand why everybody is just so blind to the fact that this is nothing but a Roman Reigns push to get him over. Because nobody likes Roman Reigns. Nobody wants to see Roman Reigns in the top spot. I mean, clear as day. They had Roman's theme music playing instead of the original Shield music. I don't get it. What else do I have to tell you people? The only silver lining in all of this, is not Roman Reigns being liked by the WWE Universe. Seth Rollins is going to have no major role in this thing. The one person that this is going to benefit in the end is Dean Ambrose. And if WWE doesn't take the proper steps to at least use this fucking facade for something good after this is all over, then I'm just completely giving up all hope on anything WWE. The only silver lining in this is a Dean Ambrose heel turn. If this reunion does not end the way that it ended 4 years ago, then WWE has done something massively wrong. Rollins turned on Reigns and Ambrose. I know Roman ain't going heel. This whole thing is for Roman to be pushed to be well-liked for his match with the Beast at WrestleMania 34. We all know that. We all know that. But if they don't use this to go full steam ahead on a Dean Ambrose heel turn, when all is said and done, that is another opportunity that is waiting for WWE right there. It's presented right there for WWE. If they don't take it, I don't know what to tell you. Ambrose needs to turn on Rollins and Reigns the same way that Rollins turned on Reigns and Ambrose 4 years ago. Because eventually, these guys are going to lose the tag team championships. They're not going to hold the tag team championships forever. There's going to be something to break these guys apart. They're together for the meantime. What's going to happen after this? What's going to happen after you got Miz, Sheamus, Cesaro, and then ultimately Braun Strowman was added to the main event? He was added to the main event. What's going to happen? Well, everybody's going to go back to hating Roman Reigns. So you're just a puppet on WWE strings. You're going to go back to booing Roman Reigns. You're going to go back to just hating Roman Reigns and detesting the way Roman Reigns is being pushed down your throat for WWE or by WWE. So why is he being cheered now if ultimately you're going to go back to where you were in the beginning? Why are you falling for the nonsense? I don't understand I don't understand everybody's logic here. This generated absolutely nothing. This generated no emotion from me whatsoever. If they want to make this a proper Shield reunion, WWE has let everybody down. There's no Shield gear, there's no Shield entrance, there's no Shield theme. This is not a Shield reunion. This is three popular guys who are getting back together, who in their glory days was one of the most over factions in WWE history. Now, to me, it's not the Shield. This isn't the Shield. This is a cheap desperation pop. This is a cheap attempt to get Roman Reigns over. This is just three guys who are over on the WWE roster, or three guys at the top of their game on the WWE roster, banding together. This isn't the Shield. Because if this was a Shield reunion, there you go. I told you what needs to be done. When DX got back together, when DX was getting back together in the 2000s, right? When we seen on and off DX come back and forth. When you had Shawn Michaels and Triple H, they didn't come out to their original. They didn't come out to their own theme music. They didn't come out to Shawn Michaels' theme music. They didn't come out to any of Triple H's 3 theme musics. They came out to D-Generation X's theme. That was a reunion. That was a reunion. This is nothing but Roman Reigns and friends. This isn't a Shield reunion. Get it through your fucking heads. I'm not going to sit here and baby you. So you got it. You got it in Indianapolis. You got your pop. You got your Shield shit out of your system, right? So what's going to happen at TLC? You're going to have The Miz, who's the Intercontinental Champion. You're going to have Sheamus and Cesaro and Braun Strowman all fall. 4-on-3. You're going to have them all fall in a tables, ladders, and chair match against the Shield. I don't get it. Everybody's excited for what? I ain't excited for shit. The video I'm looking at on WWE's YouTube page, 1.8 million views in one night. 90,000 idiots thumbs this video up. 1,000 thumbs it down. You got 90,000 people who watch this fucking video who are absolutely goddamn clueless. What is there to be excited about? Nothing. WWE put these guys together because Lesnar's not on TLC. They don't have any faith in Asuka to sell a pay-per-view as intriguing. So they had to put the Shield back together because they had no title match. They had no main event for this show. They had no creative direction. The Shield reunion is happening because WWE's got a lack of creativity and they had nothing going into a TLC pay-per-view. Meanwhile, they had every single chance to get these guys back together for an entire year and a half span, and they did not do it. They had the proper pieces together on this brand at the same time, and they did not do it for the longest time. Now all of a sudden this makes sense? Now all of a sudden people think this makes sense? How gullible are you? How fucking weak-minded are you? How uncreative are you? Yeah, sell your t-shirts, sell your tickets, go ahead. You know, where's the pride in creative writing anymore? You're gonna make your fucking money anyway. You're gonna sell your tickets anyway. Can't for one fucking week we have pride in creative writing? Does nobody take pride in great storytelling anymore? The art of storytelling is dead. Dead! What story is there here? What formidable threat do these guys serve? None! None! The Miz is your IC champion. Pathetic. Sheamus and Cesaro have lost. They're not tag team champions. The only formidable threat here is Braun Strowman. Why? Because you think you're putting 3 guys with Braun Strowman? That makes them a credible threat? No! They were never a credible threat. The reason why they're a credible threat now is because you added Braun Strowman, and the only reason why you added Braun Strowman is you got no other plans for Braun Strowman, because you fucked up! Instead of giving Strowman the Universal title like you should have, you sabotaged not only a potential reign in him, and not only did you sabotage an important special moment for a Shield reunion, you're sabotaging all of this for Roman fucking Reigns. You're sabotaging a special moment in the Shield. Braun Strowman has no fucking plans on this show. No direction on this show. And you're throwing that all away. You're risking all of that. You're saying none of that's important. Roman Reigns is important. Roman Reigns is important. Do you see where I'm coming from? Do you see why I detest this? Now, go ahead, buy your t-shirts. Buy your t-shirts. I guarantee you go on www.shop.com and they're sold out. I'm not falling for it. It's completely garbage, and I'm not excited about the match. They're going to make the match good because it's TLC rules. Fine. Fine. But if they don't come out to the original Shield theme, if they don't make their original Shield entrance at TLC, which I'm hoping they will, I'm going to give WWE the benefit of the doubt here, and I hope that they come out to the music and they dress the part instead of just dressing in this new fucking t-shirt that they're trying to sell. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. But if not, if you're going to treat this as Roman Reigns and friends, I'm not on board. I'm not even on board if you even do all the right things and make them seem like a faction. But this is just Roman and friends. This is tea time with Roman and friends. This is not a Shield reunion. Open your eyes. Because I'm going to reiterate it and I'm going to drill it into your brain week in and week out. It's alright if you want to be a fan because you were a fan back in the day. But the fucking idiots out there who dwell on the internet, they all feel the same way I do, but they gotta look cool and they gotta feel cool, calling me out, calling me a smart mark, and saying I'm the reason why this business sucks, or I'm one of the fucking cancers of the YWC. No, you fucking jerk off. I'm the only one speaking truth. I'm the only one who sees what the fuck they're doing here. Meanwhile, you're on your hands and knees, pulling Vince McMahon's pants down, waiting and willing to suck his cock. Because you're thanking him for a Shield reunion that will go nowhere. Another failed attempt at getting Roman Reigns over. Another attempt at pushing the Roman Reigns initiative. Because they want him to be as strong as possible going into a WrestleMania showdown with Brock Lesnar. You know? Give me a break. Moving on here from Monday Night Raw, because that's the only thing that happened on this show that was even worth talking about. Rest of the show was completely garbage. We're going to talk about this Sister Abigail nonsense. Sister Abigail, is she alive? Is she alive? According to Bray Wyatt, she is. Now, you guys know how I feel about this. We talked about this on part 2 of episode 191 on Off the Script this weekend. How would I book Sister Abigail? I'd have a female play Sister Abigail. Looks like WWE is readying themselves for Bray Wyatt to reprise the role of Sister Abigail himself. And if the rumors are circulating about Survivor Series and John Cena not being on Survivor Series, Brock Lesnar taking his place, ultimately defending the Universal Championship, Finn Balor is the only one in line next to challenge Brock Lesnar and challenge for the Universal Championship, because Finn Balor has honestly made it a goal of his to get a shot at the Universal Championship. He's been the only one who has come out and proclaimed he wants a title shot. Rollins, no. Ambrose, no. Strowman lost. Joe isn't there. He's out for another month at least with a leg injury. Roman Reigns, it ain't his time yet. They're saving him for WrestleMania. Balor's the only one. Balor's the only one. So more than likely, we're going to get a Brock Lesnar versus Finn Balor match at the Survivor Series. And if that is the case, Survivor Series is only a little more than a month away. It's only a little bit more than a month away. You expect Finn Balor to lose 1 month out before getting Universal Championship title match against Brock Lesnar? Now, I understand Brock Lesnar, there's no way that he's going to lose to a Finn Balor. And you got to make Finn Balor look strong going into a match with Brock Lesnar. So why on earth would you even think that Finn Balor is going to lose to Bray Wyatt or Sister Abigail or Bray Wyatt dressed as Sister Abigail? Why would Finn Balor lose this match? I don't get people's logic here. Now, we had another one of these spooky promos. Now, I'm watching this last night. We're going to play the clip. I'm watching this last night. And part of me wants to like it. Part of me wants to like it. Part of me was saying, you know what? What they did with Bray Wyatt last night was actually pretty cool. But this is too little too late. I'm looking back at this promo, and I watched it again here on WWE's YouTube channel, in which we're about to listen to it. And I'm thinking back to what have they done to Bray Wyatt? Like, where did this go for the last 4 years? Why are they so clueless on booking this guy? What could have been with Bray Wyatt? Now you're putting plans in motion for Sister Abigail. Sister Abigail should have debuted already. We should have seen the presence of Sister Abigail. Now you're using this. You're using one of Bray Wyatt's, storylines for his character 4 years later to simply sell a Finn Balor feud that means nothing. They're fighting over who's the most powerful entity in WWE. Is it the Demon or is it Sister Abigail? And in the end, Bray Wyatt is going to lose. So how powerful of an entity is Sister Abigail to begin with? If Sister Abigail loses here, or Bray Wyatt, whatever the fuck you want to call him, how will Sister Abigail ever have the balls to reveal herself again? So Bray Wyatt can't win on his own. He's enlisting the powers of his fucking dead sister to try and battle the Demon King. And at that point, he's going to lose again. So what's the point here? Ultimately, what is the point? This is, again, people don't understand where I'm coming from, and people don't see. This is nothing but a time filler. This is nothing but putting two guys who have nothing to do on television until we get Balor to November to challenge Brock Lesnar. Then Bray Wyatt can go back to being nothing. Then Bray Wyatt can go back into his sea of mediocrity on Monday Night Raw and be directionless going into the Survivor Series. Why did you ever break up the Wyatt family? Why aren't there plans to get the Wyatt family back together? With Eric Rowan and Luke Harper, who are doing absolutely fucking nothing. You got them on catering somewhere on SmackDown Live. Months off television. Why don't you enlist a female? Why don't you get the faction back together? Because Bray Wyatt operates better as a cult leader. As someone who's ordering his minions around. Or why don't you do what I said on this weekend's part 2 of Off the Script for Saturday? Why don't you enlist a female? Why don't you get that presence of a female character on television to scare the shit out of Finn Balor? You know? The Demon King is going to lose to Brock Lesnar anyway. Just another fucking bump in the road. Just another reason to fill Brock Lesnar's tummy. He beat Joe, he beat Strowman, and he's going to devour the Demon King. Great. So then when he gets to Roman Reigns can take Lesnar and everybody and all the souls that Brock Lesnar has devoured and feed his own hunger. That's what it's ultimately looking like. You know? It's like a fucking Mortal Kombat movie remade over here. Shang Tsung is devouring all the souls, have everybody competing in Mortal Kombat, and here comes Roman Reigns looking like Johnny Cage, and he's just gonna fucking kick Shang Tsung's head off. But in this case, Brock Lesnar is playing the role of Shang Tsung. Why is it so easy for me to see this shit, but you guys can't see it? I don't even know where I'm going. You guys know where I'm going with this. Sister Abigail alive? Let's find out.
Bray Wyatt is like a poison. He's like a virus that keeps mutating with more lies and more mind games. And to be honest, I don't believe it. He's desperate.
Yeah, so's Raw.
He's desperate for attention.
Yeah, so's Roman Reigns.
He's desperate to instill fear. He's desperate to have the WWE Universe listen to his garbage.
Oh, Roman Reigns! He's talking about Roman Reigns or he's talking about Bray Wyatt?
I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Bray, I am not afraid of you.
I see a good heel in Finn Balor, I really do.
Are not afraid of you. The demon is not afraid of you. So if that was Sister Abigail, then bring her on. Bring on the whole family for I care. Because at TLC, you don't have a snowball.
There's the rocking chair. And there's the ear of L's. Bray Wyatt sits in the rocking chair. Man, what a lost cause. Man, they got gold here. They got gold. And nobody can write for them.
She was beautiful. She knew the truth, so they feared her. They turned her into some kind of monster. And I was there. When she took her final breath, she chose me. She chose me. And together, we promised that we were going to make them all burn. Now, the season of the witch is upon you.
So wait a minute. The season of the witch is upon us. So now they're using this in the month of October by chance? By accident? So what is this? This is supposed to be some sort of Halloween-esque thing for October? Is that what I'm understanding here? Am I too far-fetched to think, or am I this just out there to think that they're using this as some sort of Halloweenish type shit for the month of October? Yeah, let's dress Balor up in costume. Yeah, let's dress Bray up in costume and have ourselves our own Halloween havoc for TLC. Are you fucking kidding me? Why wasn't this done before? Why is this just coming to light 4 years after this guy has debuted, when this guy is now so far buried with his character that I don't think he could ever recover from this shit? Sister Abigail is not going to do anything for Bray Wyatt.
And I was there. When she took her final breath, she chose me. She chose me. And together, we promised that we were going to make them all burn. Now, The season of the witch is upon you. She's here. You men are all the same. You just want to control everything. But Bray is different. Bray is special. But he has much to learn.
This is so
From a
fucking
young age,
stupid, dude.
I taught him that the world is a very evil place.
This, my God, this is
I
so.
taught him that
This
darkness
pisses me
is
off.
so much stronger than the light. And I promised him that I would always be there by his side.
God, WWE's writing is just
So
so fucking
here,
garbage, dude. I can't take this shit. I really can't. This shit, honestly, this pisses me
Scorned,
off.
scarred,
Whatever.
burned to a crisp, rising from the ashes to fulfill my promise to my little prince. My sweet, innocent Bray. He wouldn't even harm a fly. But look what you did to him. You hurt him. You lied to him. So I must punish you. And your demon. I know all about demons. Call it my specialty, if you will. I can turn a demon into a pretty little dandelion. You can't beat me. I'm worse than anything you've ever read in your Irish mythology books. I'm worse than anything your world has ever dreamed of. My touch could have saved you, Finn. But my kiss will burn it to the ground. Run.
And he just laughs and laughs and laughs. WWE has just... They have... This is a massive fail. This is a massive fail. They got Bray dressed in some fucking nylon-looking stocking covering his head. He's got white face paint. He looks like a fucking lead singer for Dimmu Borgir or Immortal. He looks like a black metal singer. They got him dressed with white face paint and black covering his eyes, and they got him looking like he's got teeth that he hasn't brushed in 4 years. That's what Bray Wyatt looked like in that scene on Monday Night Raw last night. Now, you mean to tell me that Finn Balor is going to be intimidated by Bray Wyatt because he's putting on face paint? Is Bray's character going to be any different come TLC? Is he going to be looking different? Is he going to pull out a new move? Is there going to be some weird fucking spooky effects in 2 weeks? This is going to instill fear in somebody. This is really going to get you to watch and care about Bray Wyatt. You do know that WWE, if they book this with a female, I don't know why, man. I would have had Bray Wyatt just sitting there, just rocking back and forth in the chair. I would have had some ghastly ghoul creature dressed as Sister Abigail. I would have had a female dressed as Sister Abigail with that same tone of voice that he was just using, speaking on behalf of herself, instead of Bray Wyatt summoning Sister Abigail's spirit. Why isn't Sister Abigail a real thing on television? You do know that would make people interested in the storyline. Because through all this fucking bullshit, all they see is Bray Wyatt at the end. And you're just following the same path you're doing with Finn Balor. Finn Balor puts on the face paint, he's no different. Bray Wyatt's putting on the face paint, another loss. It's no different. Another one of these Hollywood-esque productions for a character that's dead. dressing them up in face paint because it's Halloween season. Ultimately, to have him lose, for Finn Balor to go on to lose to Brock Lesnar, for Brock Lesnar's stomach to be filled with another soul so that he's ready, willing, and fucking able against Roman Reigns. This is a waste. Garbage. Another storyline just right down the toilet. Other than that, we had Mickie James, the other championship or the other feud going into TLC. Mickie James comes out and addresses Alexa Bliss for her disrespectful comments on Monday Night Raw. I'm actually really enjoying this program with Mickie James and Alexa Bliss. I like that they're using Mickie James finally, since the shakeup. And I really enjoy Mickie James' mic work here, man. Mickie James addresses Alexa Bliss and her disrespectful comments last week on Monday Night Raw.
You know, ever since I returned to Raw, I've had this feeling like I didn't quite belong. That the people backstage didn't quite get me, and I thought, is it my southern accent? Is it the fact that I sing country music? Is it, oh my God, is it my age? And then I finally realized I have one person to thank for feeling this way. Alexa Bliss. You see, ever since Alexa's realized that she can't manipulate someone like me, she's been running around, making her little jokes, playing her little pranks. Let's face it, she has spent every waking second.
Mickey's good on the mic, man.
Some type of cheap shot at me. But not to my face, because that's not the type of champion Alexa is.
Mickey's very good on the microphone. I don't know why they haven't used her to begin with. It's like, finally now, you know, they have something for her, and still, it's being used as a bridge to Asuka. That's all it is.
Hides behind her bodyguard. And when I was 1 second away from defeating her best friend, what does she do? She attacks me from behind. So the way I see it, it's like this, little Miss Bliss. It's time you jump up out that booster seat and put on your big girl pants.
I'm sorry. You know, you've been treated so unfairly for so long. Gosh, so long. And, you know, to show you how sorry I am, I've spent my entire week putting together this amazing Mickie James
Alexa Bliss
career
reminds me of that high school
So,
bitch who thinks she's
WWE
like the
Universe,
hottest shit, which
I
she
present
probably
to you
is.
a tribute
But
to Mickie
she just
James.
makes you want to fucking just slap the shit out of her, you know? She plays it so great.
WWE presents Superstars of Yesteryear.
So she goes into this little mock video package that's all black and white.
Back when she had less wrinkles than a stale raisin. A true pioneer of the women's division, debuting in the WWE circuit a very long time ago. Even back then, Mickie showed the tenacity of a much younger woman. Showcasing her abilities in the ring from well before our time, Miz James is still one of the only senior citizens managing to perform today. And for all these reasons, we honor the not yet late, not yet great, Mickie James.
Why don't you just go home, get some rest, play shuffleboard, you know, whatever it is old people do. Because the last scenes of that video are gonna be filmed at TLC, and I'm gonna be running circles around you.
Oh, aren't we funny? I'm sorry. Maybe my age is catching up to me because I can't quite hear you. Why don't you bring that little biscuit butt down this ramp and step into this ring so I can hear exactly what you have to say?
Biscuit butt? And then this chance, look.
I'm sorry, I didn't ask for your approval. Do you see what you did, Mickie? Do you see what you did? Fine, do you really want to do
Biscuit
this? Fine.
butt?
Let's do this right now.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, right. That moves is just as old as you are.
Oh, look at Mickie. Mickie going after Alexa Bliss from behind. She grabs the champion.
So Mickie throws her in the ring.
Look at Mickie James going after Bliss.
Luthez pressed, starts throwing some pretty fierce elbows. And then she attempts a mick kick.
No backup tonight as well, guys.
And Alexa rolls out of the ring. It's pretty much that, man. I'm enjoying the storyline so far, but all I know it's nothing but a bridge for Alexa to pretty much go one-on-one with Asuka when the time is right. Alexa's not losing the title until WWE deems Asuka ready for the Women's Championship. Speaking of Asuka, those are all the video clips that I'm going to show. Those are the 3 big storylines on Monday Night Raw right now. Speaking of Asuka, WWE put together a fatal 5-way match that did not include Nia Jax for whatever reason. I don't know. I guess they didn't want Nia Jax to lose. You know, they put Nia Jax in a match with Mickie James last week. They didn't have Nia Jax take the pin and giving Mickie momentum in her match, or at least on the road to her match with Alexa Bliss, because they don't want Nia to look weak. They want Nia to have this dominating status in the WWE Women's Division. But WWE put Bayley, Sasha, Alicia Fox, Dana Brooke, and Emma in this fatal 5-way. Number one, why is everybody, and I'm just looking at it through fans' eyes, why is everybody so excited to fight Asuka? If I'm a female in WWE, and I know what Asuka has done for 520 some odd days, why am I, especially women like Alicia Fox and Dana Brooke, why am I even wanting to get in the ring? So Kurt Angle books a fatal 5-way match for the winner to ultimately be the loser in the end. What sense does that make? Why are we having competition to see who fights Asuka first? Just make the match. Make a match. There's no reason to have these women fight over a chance to lose to Asuka. It's stupid. It's silly. Then we have a fatal 5-way happening, and nobody knows the goddamn rules. Michael Cole sees Bayley pin Dana Brooke, and he thinks the match is over, and is like, well, I must have miscommunicated with the rules here. It's a fatal 5-way elimination match. Like, you didn't know that beforehand? You didn't know that beforehand. Nobody opted to tell him the ruling of the match. Really? So what was this? This must have been booked last minute. That's what that means to me. The commentary was even worse. Michael Cole saying, oh, any of these women in there has a great chance of taking down Asuka. What? Alicia Fox has a great chance of taking down Asuka? Dana Brooke has a great chance of taking down Asuka? Dana Brooke looked good in there, said Michael Cole. Booker T said Dana Brooke is 1 win away from breaking through on Monday Night Raw. On what planet? On what planet? Did you see Dana Brooke last night? Couldn't even execute a body slam. Couldn't even execute a pinning combination on Bayley. Yet, I'm supposed to believe Dana Brooke against Asuka. Then they want to downplay how Asuka is coming to Monday Night Raw and she needs to prove herself. She doesn't have to prove herself to anybody, motherfucker. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Yeah, just pretend like NXT never happened, right? WWE really needs to start integrating NXT better into their programming, man. That's just lame. That's bullshit. Completely bullshit. Would have never even booked a fucking fatal 5-way match to find out who faces Asuka to ultimately lose. And they did exactly what I wanted. They gave Emma the opportunity against Asuka. Great. Great. Emma wins a fatal 5-way. She ultimately is the loser in the end. But at least it gets Emma on pay-per-view. At least it gets us a great match for Asuka's debut. I'm glad they didn't give away Sasha versus Asuka yet. Glad they didn't give away a rematch with Bayley yet. Alicia Fox and Dana Brooke, wasted. They would never have a chance against Asuka. And Bayley, one thing I want to pinpoint here, Sasha Banks went for a surprise roll-up on Bayley in this Fatal 5-Way because there's every woman for herself. Bayley actually got fucking pissed at Sasha Banks. I seen just a small glimpse of angry Bayley before she ultimately got pinned here by Alicia Fox. So, I don't know what's going on with the women's division. All I know is that they're getting ready for Asuka. Emma is going on to fight Asuka at TLC. It should be a decent match, but ultimately it's going to end up being somewhat of a squash because I don't see Asuka, not being dominating in 2 weeks at TLC. Rest of this show, man, Jason Jordan beat Carl Anderson with a wheelbarrow neckbreaker at 8 minutes and 16 seconds. Who cares? The club is dead. Jason Jordan is directionless. Probably not even going to have a match at TLC. Great for him. Apollo Crews versus Elias again. Again. This time, we didn't have Elias playing guitar. We had Titus playing a banjo. And my God, it was fucking awful. Elias again wins, as he should. This is 3 weeks in a row now. He beat Apollo Crews. When is enough? I don't know. 3 minutes and 14 seconds with Drift Away. Matt Hardy versus Braun Strowman. And I watched this and I asked myself, why is this match happening? Why are you jobbing Matt Hardy out to Braun Strowman? Is this leading to something? Is this leading to Matt becoming broken? Corey Graves did lend a comment to everybody saying that Matt has been acting strangely bizarre the last couple of weeks with Jeff being out with an injury. I don't know if they're putting Matt Hardy in these situations to ultimately lose, to ultimately lead him to being broken, but there's no reason why Matt Hardy versus Braun Strowman should be happening on television at all, anywhere, unless it's leading to something in the end. Please don't tell me WWE is this clueless about Matt Hardy. Please don't tell me this is direction or the direction that Matt Hardy's going now that he doesn't have Jeff. Please don't tell me that he's going to become a proverbial mid-card jobber on Monday Night Raw. Please don't tell me. I'm going to be wishing he goes back to Global Force Wrestling and becomes broken again. Please. I hope this leads to something. He did more deletes last night than I could ever think of so far in WWE. He was on the ram deleting away last night on Monday Night Raw. I hope this is something more for Matt Hardy. No reason why Braun Strowman has to squash Matt Hardy on Monday Night Raw. And there's no reason. Running power slam, Braun Strowman wins. After the match, the Shield, again, confronts Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman was carrying Matt Hardy up the ramp on his shoulder. He gets cut off by the Shield. This is when they debuted their matching t-shirts. Great there. Great marketing tool there, WWE. Reigns spears him on the ramp. And then a triple Shield bomb, according to Michael Cole. A Shield bomb by Michael Cole. So now we're calling it a Shield bomb. More WWE political garbage, just jammed down everybody's throats. Strowman was put through the announce table. Shield says that they're back and they're not scared of anyone. You can put 3, 4, 5 on 3. It doesn't matter. So what does The Miz do? In typical heel-like fashion, The Miz was like, well, I'm going to take what Ambrose says, and I want you to listen to what Ambrose says. They said that they would go against 4 or 5 guys at the same time. So I want you to take what Ambrose says, literally, and I want another man added to my team. So Braun Strowman just barrels through the backstage door. He stares down Kurt Angle, breathing heavily, and he doesn't say anything. This is my new tag team partner, says The Miz. And Kurt Angle looks scared for his life as Braun Strowman is staring him down eye to eye. So now we got Strowman, The Bar, and The Miz versus The Shield. Please raise your hand when you tell me you're excited. I'm not. Other than that, let's see what else we got here. We got Jack Gallagher and Brian Kendrick versus Cedric Alexander and Mustafa Ali. I think at this point I got up to clean the dirty dishes that were in my sink with my back turned to the TV because I don't care. Sliced bread by Brian Kendrick to Mustafa Ali. His team of Jack Gallagher wins. Who cares? And then in the end, main event, I don't even want to go over because I just don't fucking care. I mean, from what I seen, it wasn't that bad of a match, but I just don't care. I have not a single care in my body to talk about the Cruiserweight division. I don't. They booked a match here, Enzo Amore versus Kalisto. Enzo was told that he has to defend the Cruiserweight Championship against Kalisto. Enzo says that he would do it under one condition, that it would take place in the main event. And then Kurt Angle made it into a lumberjack match. I fucking hate lumberjack matches. The only lumberjack match that I recall being good was the last time I seen Ambrose and Rollins fight. I believe it was Ambrose and Rollins at SummerSlam. SummerSlam a few years back. It was a lumberjack match. Correct me if I'm wrong, please. Kalisto won the Cruiserweight Championship with a Super Salida del Sol off the top rope. Close to 15 minutes. He is now the Cruiserweight Champion. After the match, Kalisto was hoisted up on everybody's shoulders, celebrating in the ring that Enzo is no longer the Cruiserweight Champion. I'm sure Enzo will get a rematch at TLC. It might be in a ladder match. I have no fucking idea. If I was booking it, I'd make it a ladder match because it's the only other championship on the line. Tag team titles are not on the line. The IC title's not on the line. Brock Lesnar is not there. So, there's no other match that's going to take place. I would have a TLC match to main event, and I would open the match. I would open TLC with a ladder match between Enzo Amore and Kalisto for the Cruiserweight Championship. That's what I would do. Hopefully that's the direction that they go. So we'll see what happens. Enzo looking like he's going to get his rematch, but it looks like the end of the line here for Enzo Amore. The Enzo Amore experiment is over. I don't see Enzo capturing the Cruiserweight Championship ever again. And Kalisto, you know, they made mention that he was competing in the heavyweight division. Both men were competing in the heavyweight division. And now WWE seemingly has finally come to their senses and realized that Kalisto should have been in the Cruiserweight division all along. He wins the Cruiserweight Championship in his first match in the division against Enzo. And it looks like the Enzo experiment is now over. Good. Good. I don't care. And I will not care. But a ladder match between these two, I think, would be highly entertaining. So let's see if WWE does that for TLC. And that is your Monday Night Raw review. Nothing of importance here outside of the disgusting and forced down your throat Shield reunion that did not feel special whatsoever. Did not feel special. You guys need to open up your eyes and see what they're doing. They're selling t-shirts. They're selling a pay-per-view because they got no other plans. They got no championships on the line. Yeah, let's get the Shield reunion back together in the most unexciting way possible just to sell a TLC pay-per-view. Meanwhile, the Shield reunion now, it's come, it's gone. Give them their wins. Let Vince McMahon smile from ear to ear that Roman Reigns is getting cheered because he's getting cheered standing next to Rollins and Ambrose. Oh, but JD, didn't you want this to happen? Yes, I wanted it to happen under more important circumstances. I wanted it to happen under the pretenses of it not being forced. WWE had opportunities to do it when it was right. It's all about timing, you fucking clowns. Okay? Don't question me. I know what I said. I know what I said. When Roman was going through his little phase years ago and not winning the big championship, want to get the guy over? Put him in the Shield. I've said it for years. Now it's working. Now my notion is working. But it's working and the timing is wrong. The timing is wrong. Because all Roman's going to do is be in the Shield, get cheered, and then when this is all over, when this honeymoon is over, he's going to go right back to being booed, and he's going to go right back to being hated. When he wins the Royal Rumble, or he wins the Elimination Chamber, whichever WWE has planned, and he gets the chance to fight Brock Lesnar, and the road to WrestleMania comes, do you honestly think that he's going to be cheered over Brock Lesnar or Paul Heyman? Get it through your fucking heads. It's not going to happen. When he wins the title at WrestleMania, in front of that crowd, we're going to go right back to where we were on Monday Night Raw following this year's WrestleMania. Where the crowd was chanting, fuck you, Roman. But this time, in New Orleans, it's going to be 5 times as worse than what we've seen in Orlando. Mark my words. That's your Monday Night Raw review. Thank you guys so much. Hope you enjoy your days. I'll be back later today with SmackDown Live. Until then, hit that thumbs up, subscribe down below, and I will see you guys later tonight for Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. What is Sami Zayn's reasoning for joining the dark side? I'll see you guys for SmackDown Live, and I'll talk to you later.